my name is Chloe, but today I'm going to be talking about how to have a nice brain. How to have, kind of like how to think of positive ways in the brain. How to have a good brain that is real creative. Let's try to see. First, we need to look at everything around us. Kind of like, no, just think usually as this was I have a book that I have got an alphabet of Japanese, okay? Well, when I first look at it, I need to look at it first. Try to learn it. Try to be curious about it, like, ooh, how can we read this? Ooh, how can we write it? Ooh, was this hard or not? We need to look at it and learn, not just looking at it. Oh, that was pretty beautiful, and then go away. No, we can't just do that. We need to look and learn. If you have looked at that, be curious, ask everything about it. And also, hang it in real life, making it into something that makes sense. Kind of like studying it. You also need to apply it in something, right? Kind of like, now I learned how to cook. I would probably need to try to cook so that it can expand my knowledges. Yeah, it probably helps a lot. Not just looking at words, understand it, but we also need to try it. So see if we fail or be success. So first, not just looking, but try to learn and hang it in your own way. Next is try to write more, not just standing here and writing. Now you can get a book for you to try to write more knowledges. Write knowledges in your own way to help you understand it best. Kind of like, for some guys who doesn't have really a large brain that can remember a lot of things, they probably need to write down things. Like me, I use an app on my laptop to write down things that I need to remember. Kind of like, let me show you. Okay, kind of like, today I learned grammar, right? Today I learned grammar about conditionals. I would write in, okay, what is that kind of conditionals? What was that used for? Some examples, the structures, and different things that we need to really think about first when we're trying it. Kind of like now if I'm learning which way to help us to learn more things, we can just write in when we hear a person that's talking pretty fast. We probably doesn't really can remember it. So you can try to write it in. If you know that you can't remember it, just write it in. But write it for not just a boring way, like writing numbers or letters like that. It would be pretty boring for some guys. Yes, it's pretty boring for me. So I usually would use some pictures around to help me understand about something else. Yeah, it was better. When you try to take notes, try to draw something that describes the things that you want to write. Kind of like, now I want to write about, let me think. A way to measure the area of a rectangle side, then I would write area of a rectangle Sorry here. Well, if I write that, and I just write it, okay, we need to do something. No, it will be pretty boring for me. Do you think so? Usually for some guys that are really creative, or some guys that use bright brains like me, it's probably pretty hard to understand now. You need to add in some pictures, kind of like. Now, if you look at a picture of a rectangle with a word area, you don't need to read it, but you still understand that. Okay, this pages of taking note here is area of rectangle. Yes, it's just so easy. Well, now if we say kind of like recipe for making a chocolate, I can just draw a chocolate bar. I probably know that, okay, it is something that is about cooking of chocolates. I probably know that just because my simple drawing. You don't need to be a really good artist to do those. Next, you need to test. You need to test that. Kind of like, if we're learning something, we can't just read its informations. We need to try it too. Kind of like now if you're doing math problems at your school, right, and some textbooks like that, it will probably have some math problems to you to try, right? Did you ever wonder why those people make that? It's just so annoying. It takes lots of time and I don't think it's necessary. No, it's really necessary because you would need it to remember it. Everything needs to practice. Not like now I'm playing the piano. I can't just. If I'm playing the piano, I'll probably need to practice a lot. I cannot just, okay, this is the note song, but I don't know where is it on my piano. It doesn't make any senses, right? Yeah. So next, you need to have a positive thinking. Positive thinkings, whilst thinkings that are good, that always make sense and make us feel happy. Have like a positive thinking about, okay, I can try this. I can try to practice this song. I can play it. But no, that is a positive thinking. It is a thinking that helps to motivate us. Or sometimes it would be in a nice way that would try to make us try harder. Yeah. But a negative thinking was 100% different than a positive thinking. It thinks about bad things that can or can't happen in your life. So I was like, no, this song is too hard. I can never play it. Yeah, it'll probably come like some words so that you can't do it. Just try to give up. Yeah, that's right. So you always need to have positive thinkings. You need to have a peaceful way of doing things. Kind of like you're doing things in a really hurried time. Kind of like you just have 1 minute left. Usually, I think if you're doing a test but you just have 5 minutes left with 2 hard sentences, you don't know what to do. You just take it in a hurry. Okay, what's this? Oh, it will probably have some mistakes, I think. Yes, for some guys, it can be really easy and it can still be true. But for some, it was not. So, always be careful about what you're doing. Always take care and do it in a slowly way. I don't mean here that do it slow, like doesn't do it, but do it in a usual way. Just take time. Don't take in a hurry. Okay? Next, you need to have your own experiments about that. And the next one is to invent it. And the last one, you need to think. Okay, let me turn this down. It was kind of hard for me to gosh. What's this? Okay. So, think. What's this? Think different things like wonder about something. I wonder. You can't be like daydreaming. But remember it. Daydreaming in a perfect time. And it will help you. I've said that many times in some other lessons. And next is pictures and dreams. You need to think about them a lot and also imagine about things. Imagine, but not imagine in a really big way or really different ways than others. Imagine, but imagine usually. Imagine in a usual way. Yeah. Don't just make things so bad and so big. Yeah. So if you can't do it, you feel kind of like, oh, I'm just a bad person. I can't do even a thing. No. I mean here that don't try to think for too high stuff that you can't do. But try to make things and try to make the feelings things kind of like, oh, I know. This is properly something that I can do or I cannot. It's just future. You need to prepare your emotions before that. Yeah, so you see, there's a lot of ways to improve your brains, and they all helps you to learn more, to learn more, to learn better, and always helps you more in different things. So, it's really good to have a curious brain. And now, if you're curious about anything around, don't think that it is a bad habit. It is a good habit enough, but don't use it too much. I mean here, you can be curious in your mind, but don't be curious with lots of people because sometimes they would think that you're a person that wants to get their looks, wants to make them to look at you. Yeah, that's something that's bad about that good habit. So, anything was good, but the best part here to use it in a good time. So, now it's time to say bye. See you.